Lovey, you are not Bob the Builder. You cannot fix everything, okay? Let me explain. Hey, Lovey, it's me, Marie, your self-discovery coach and podcast host. So welcome to the Discovering Me podcast. And today we're going to be talking about stop trying to fix everything. Stop trying to fix everything and everybody. Why do we even do that? Well, there's a reason why I used to do that. I tried to fix everything and everybody because I liked the fact of seemingly being in control of certain things. Especially when my life feels like it's spiraling, it feels like I'm out of control on everything in my life, I will go and make a project out of someone else's. It was a way of me feeling like, okay, I'm grounded, I'm in control, I got this, let me help you. And so, yeah. And the thing about it is, Levy, a lot of people are looking for help. A lot of people are looking for you to do everything. So it's not a help, it's like a fix. So there's a difference between helping and fixing. Okay, because when you come to fix things, you bring all the tools that you have to come and fix something that's broken. The thing that is broken usually doesn't help at all. So you're in this project by yourself, fixing things. And do you even know what the new thing is supposed to look like? Sometimes I see a lot of recycled furniture, and the person that brings the recycled furniture brings the old piece. They say, I don't really know what this is going to look like yet, but let's just start and see what happens. And in situations with people's lives and in situation with people, period, you can't go into that with that mindset, nor can you go into like the Bob the Builder fix it project with this is what I think it should look like, especially when you're dealing with people and people situations. So there is definitely a difference between help and fixing. So let's talk about fixing. Fixing becomes a project, the fixer-upper. You become the fixer-upper. So anytime somebody is dealing with things, instead of helping, if that's what they need, and help may just be a listening ear, and we'll talk about that more later, you begin to take out tools to reshape, to revamp, to make something that's broken into a whole nother piece of something else. And that's what we don't want to do when we're dealing with people. Even when we're broken, we want to go through the process of healing and the process of progression, but not necessarily fixing. Even with ourselves, what is there to fix? Sometimes things get broken and they become a better masterpiece than it was before, or they get enhanced, or they come to another level of something that they weren't before, or something that they evolved into. Okay, the way of living may change. The season in which their assignments may change. Same for you. Same for you. So even when we're trying to fix other people, we have got to remember that we can't fix ourselves either. We can help ourselves. We can process through what we're going through. We can process through the healing of hurt. But is that necessarily going to fix it? What is broken is already broken. Okay? It's never going to be the same as what it was before. And that's what we go into the mindset with. So let us not even think about, we're shifting this whole podcast at this time. We're not even thinking about fixing other people. Let's stop trying to fix ourselves. So we're not going to look at our broken pieces and say, okay, I got a project. Like, you came out of the sadness, you came out of the seeming, you feel like you are ready to go and that you have healed and that you have forgotten about it, or you swept it under the rug, or I'm just going to pick myself up by the bootstraps and go and do the things. And we're not dwelling on that anymore. It's our, boss babe era. It's our soft girl era. I don't have to do that. Whatever era you think you're in, honey, you cannot fix broken. Now, you can put it back together, but it's never going to come to the original piece, okay? Let's say we broke a plate. The plate is broken, right? We can find every piece of that plate and it's still not come out, because there's a way that we have to glue it back together. There's a way that we have to put it back together. Whatever method you use, the plate is still not going to be the same. You're going to see those cracks. You're going to see how it was put back together. You're going to see, sometimes you will even see chips missing. Okay. And so think about your life like that. Whenever life happens, whenever experience happens and you break, because life will break you. Okay. And that's what is intended. You're not intended to be walking around perfect all the time. Sometimes you won't grow until you're broken. Sometimes a plant won't grow until it's broken out of that little pot that we started in. Sometimes a plant won't grow until that leaf, that dead leaf, is broken off of that plant. So sometimes we have to be broken to grow. And we're so quick to try and fix it that we don't process through the growth, that we don't move along. Oh, okay, that's broken. Let me see why that brokenness happens. Let's see what happened to cause the breaking, and let's see what we need to do to make this breakage a testament of growth. Do we ask those questions, or we just start sweeping up the pieces and trying to fix it because we liked where it was? Why do we like what we had before? We like what was before because we were comfortable in that. I was talking to a friend this weekend, and we were talking about how we are comfortable in where we are. So we take that comfortability and we want to stay. We don't want to be broken to be better. Okay. Brokenness equals betterment. Brokenness becomes better. We're going to fix that. We're going to figure it. But just know brokenness and better go together. Okay. But that's only if you put in the work. That's only if you put in the work. If you don't put in the work, brokenness can become bitter. Okay. Brokenness can start becoming bereavement. Okay. Brokenness can start coming, feeling like, I'm not the same person. I'm not perfection. How can I go on when I'm broken? We have to put in the work. We have to put in the work. So when we put in the work, that comes into the help mode. So when we say, okay, I'm broken, but I need to put in the work to make my brokenness better, right? Then that becomes, we get into the help phase and not the fix it phase. We look at our situation and say, okay, how can I help myself become better outside of this brokenness or inside of this brokenness? Sometimes we start becoming better inside of the brokenness. Maybe you can't even get outside of your brokenness yet, but that doesn't have to stop your progression of betterment because you're still inside your brokenness. We all heard that, or we may have all heard the quote, "A broken crayon still colors." So even in your brokenness, you can still grow. You can still progress. You can still live your life in purpose. You can still complete your assignments in your brokenness. Because when you're doing that, you're helping yourself to better. And that's what we want to do. We want to help ourselves to better. And sometimes, Lovey, we have to go outside of ourselves and go and look for some help. And that is absolutely okay. That may be the best thing that you could ever do, is to go outside of yourself and look for help. That help may be in the form of therapy, a book, a series that you're looking at, maybe some YouTube videos, maybe podcasts, whatever you feel helps you do that. That is healthy for you. We don't want to look for help in alcohol. We don't want to look for help in substances that hurts us, but we want to look for help in healthy ways that is going to add to our healing process, our growing process. We don't want anything that's going to disturb that process or distract that process or stop that process, but we want things to help us in that process. And so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're less than if you go out and look for help. That is sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves, is get the help that we need. So always remember, as a recap, that when we are dealing with our brokenness, we are helping ourselves. We're not fixing that brokenness, but we are helping ourselves within that brokenness and throughout that brokenness. And after that brokenness, we're helping ourselves. We're getting help for ourselves, but we're not fixing ourselves. We're not condemning ourselves. We're not shaming ourselves. We're not doing anything hurtful to ourselves. We're not trying to make ourselves the version that we were before we were broken. We are helping ourselves to grow, to evolve, to become our better self, to become better in thought and mind and heart. We are becoming better in our character. We're becoming better, okay? So when we are broken, we are looking for better. We're not looking for Bob the Builder to fix it. We are not becoming Bob the Builder to fix ourselves. We are looking to better ourselves, to grow ourselves, to evolve into the best self that we can be. Okay? So think about some of the ways that helps you to grow. Think about some of the ways that help you to heal. Think about some of the ways that you can get help outside of yourself. Think about those ways and go do it. Go pursue it. Go do tasks to make those things happen. Put in the work. Okay, Lovey? And in the midst of everything that's going on in your life, remember to always focus on the good. Until next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Toodles!